Thank you, Cara.
Yes.
That was wonderful. It looks yummy.
I know.
Our
I need to get to the gym.
I know. But first we get the plate.
That's right.
Our next two guests impact the community in many ways, and they're continuing to do so this year.
That's right, Cassandra. And with the rising cost of utilities, our next guests are continuing to support in making sure that residents here in St. Louis have a warm, cozy, and affordable winter.
And a safe winter, Ivy. St. Louis, please help us welcome Heat Up St. Louis's Health and Safety Chair, Chief Dennis Jenkerson, and Chief Emeritus, Reverend Earl E. Nance, Jr. You.
Pleasure.
Glad to be here.
And you know what? It's such a great cause. I want you to tell us about how Heat Up St. Louis got started, and then a little bit further down, we're going to talk about who can get involved right now. So how did it get started?
11 years ago, Gentry Trotter founded Heat Up / Cool Down St. Louis because he was concerned about the many people that needed help, and so we formed this to kind of serve as a safety net to go along with the other agencies that are helping those that need that kind of assistance with the heating or cooling bills.
Excellent.
Now, in the winter months, Chief, it can be kind of dangerous if people don't have heat. They'll find alternative ways to stay warm, and that can cause a safety hazard. Is that right?
Correct. That really causes the fire department. We worry about that because what people do, they get worried about their utility bills, so they try and turn their electric, their gas down, and they use alternative heating sources. They use electric heaters. They use the old fuel type heaters. And unless those are monitored and tended to 24 hours a day, they're very dangerous. Somebody gets up, tosses a blanket on them, a pillow falls on them, a child knocks it over. We see it every year. I mean, it's one of those things we like to see not one time.
Right.
Not have any fire deaths from it, but unfortunately it does happen. So what we're trying to tell the people with Heat Up St. Louis is call us right away. It's going to be another tough heating season, so don't wait. Call us immediately so we can help you. Whether it's the fire department to come out, we'll check your furnaces for you to make sure, if you have a CO problem, which happens in the winter also, check the smoke detectors, the CO detectors. It's just call your neighbors. Check, get with your neighbors, get with your relatives. If everybody does one or two, it's going to reduce the effect on the St. Louis Fire Department, because we don't want to see it. We hate to see, we hate to come out and look at that.
Reverend Nance, who can get the help?
Seniors, those mothers with young children who may have health issues. We're really looking at those people that are the most vulnerable, that have a situation. And what we're finding over the years is that people who have helped us before now need help themselves in this economic environment. So St. Louis has been really good for this program for the last 11 years. They've been so kind. And so now we're starting up again, and we're asking people to make donations. They can go to any UMB bank and make a donation, care of Heat Up St. Louis. They can mail a check to UMB Bank, P.O. Box 868, 63188, St. Louis, Missouri. Or they can go online at heatupstlouis.org and give to our virtual can.
Right, and we'll make sure we get that up at the end as well. So I'm assuming no gift is too big or too small?
No gift is too big or too small. Give a gift of warmth this winter.
About how many heat-related fires do you guys see annually?
Well, as soon as we get our first real cold stretch, the numbers peg tremendously. And then it kind of slows off, it comes down a little bit, but we'll see our runs go up on the average. They'll almost double every day as it gets cold, because people are trying to stay warm. They're not used to it. Their body hasn't adjusted to it, so they use the alternative heating sources.
Our body adjusts, Ivy? Did you know that?
I'm seeing it a little bit. I like that it's lighter when I wake up. I'm adjusting to that, but when it gets dark so early, I don't know, and that coolness coming in, everybody needs a little. So you've mentioned a little bit about preventative, but is there anything else out there that you would like people to know about in terms of either prevention, but also what to do, in terms of if they suspect somebody might be, we have a lot of two-family flats in St. Louis.
Right.
Using unsafe ways to keep, warm this winter.
There's safe ways to use them, but accidents happen.
You're right.
like I said, they tip over. Somebody throws a blanket on them. A pillow hits them, an overstuff, a stuffed, anything, and you got a fire hazard right there. So it's, you know, you have to be so careful around them, and people forget. You know, unless you're monitoring that device every day, it's really not a good device to plug in, turn on, and go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm sure people, they wear out too. They wear out.
And they get old, and you know, you put them away at the end of the year, bring them back out, and nobody checks them. I mean, who checks them on
I don't.
No.
I know, I don't.
We've heard of people using barbecue pits.
Really?
See, and I've heard
well, you get desperate.
Yeah.
They get desperate.
They get desperate. Reverend Nance, I want to find out from you then, who can benefit, we probably who can benefit from this, but then now, in the season right now, the people that are getting the help from you, how can we get the word out more? So let's say someone's benefiting from it, they want to tell a neighbor or whatever, but they're not quite sure of the parameters with that. How can we continue to get the word out and let people know about your service? I think a lot of people don't know, and that's where they're using the alternative methods.
Well, certainly a show like this helps.
We're happy to be there.
And we do a media blitz. We partner with all of the media outlets.
Right. And Hardee's at one point, you were doing something with that?
That comes up in February.
Wonderful.
We'll be doing the Rise and Shine. That's one of our biggest fundraisers, where you can get a biscuit for $1, and all proceeds go to Heat Up St. Louis to help. Another point I want to make, Heat Up St. Louis has no overhead. Okay. Every dime that people give goes to help those, either for a stipend to help on their heating bills, whatever utility they use, whether Ameren or the Cleat gas. The board of directors give money and in kind.
Perfect.
But every dime.
You know what? If you want to give your very precious dimes, it's super easy to do. They've got a website. You can go to heatupstlouis.org.
Absolutely, and make sure that you give every little bit counts.
Absolutely.
Now, you know what? We're going to, before we dismiss you, we're going to give a giveaway.
Dismiss. You've been on your best behavior, unfortunately. We were looking forward to being a little naughty, you know.
Yes, well, we're glad you weren't. We're going to give away a gift card, Sam's gift card. Ivy, can you get that up for us? All right, and Reverend Nance, if you don't mind, would you pull a name out of here for me? All right.
All right.
So each show, so each show we give away a $35 Sam's Club card.
Absolutely.
So
it's easy as pulling your name out of a hat. And who wins?
Denise Bennett.
Denise Bennett.
Congratulations. Perfect. Congratulations. Stand up. I know you're excited. $35. Very good.
Excellent.
We'll get this to you.
We'll get that to you, Denise. Thank you again for coming on the show. We're glad we can help get the word out to Heat Up St. Louis.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
We certainly appreciate it. Now, Kyra, we know that you're heating things up there over in the kitchen, so can you tell us what's going on right now?
Actually, Chef Maddox is heating things up in the kitchen from Bravo. Yeah, you're trying to. And now you've got the bruschetta laid out here, which is delicious. And just keep in mind, you guys, our live studio audience will get to taste this at the end of the show. Okay, tell us the ingredients in here, which you still have some of it. Right?
Well, first of all, when you're doing a bruschetta, I mean, anytime you can obviously top it with whatever you like. I mean, if you like meats, if you like vegetables, you can mix the two. But, and really when you're talking about bruschettas, you're just really talking about the type of bread. As far as toppings, it's whatever you like. But today we did our mushroom bruschetta that we serve on a regular basis at our restaurant. It's got portobello mushrooms, sliced mushrooms, caramelized onions, brings out the sweetness of the onion. Diced Roma tomatoes, they hold up a little better than your average garden vegetable. And we're topping it off with some double whipped Boursin cheese. And for seasoning, we got a little bit of fresh thyme in there and chili flakes. Not enough to really be too hot, but just to give you a little extra seasoning.
So you can get this at the restaurant?
Yes, you can, anytime. We also do a great happy hour between 3 and 7 every day. We offer this for $2.99 during the hours of 3 to 7 and then 9 to close every day.
Very nice.
Yes,
so you can shop for the holidays, and then you don't have to have much left in your pocket to go eat at Bravo.
No, not at all.
Very nice. Okay, we're going to let you cook the rest of this, which is going to be our actual entree.
Here.
And then we have this dessert. If you guys can see this apple. Oh my gosh, it's apple and then cinnamon
Yes,
all over
a
it.
little bit of nutmeg.
Hello. Okay, so now let's make some holiday drinks that are going to go well with this, right?
Yes, definitely. We're going to start with the most complicated one. This one has got a lot of steps to it. But we're going to be using fresh juice. Freshly squeezed juice, which is something that we really pride ourselves on at Bravo. That way you're not getting a lot of sugars and a lot of additives. When you get your drinks, you're getting the best quality thing out there. So
I like that too, because the Midwest, seriously, it tends to put all kinds of sugar, all kinds of stuff in your drink. I like the real stuff.
Oh yeah, and you can't beat freshly squeezed orange juice or freshly squeezed lime juice, anything like that in your drink, and you can tell a big difference.
Got you. Now there's pictures up right now of the restaurant. It's a beautiful atmosphere, and you guys also have an outside patio as well.
We do. Unfortunately, it's closed for the season, but right now we've got.
I thought it was open for the winter.
Oh yes, the Missouri winter. We forget about the weather that we have here. One day it's 80, one day it's 20. So if it's nice and 80 degrees outside, come and sit on our patio.
Great. If you guys haven't been out there, the patio is outrageous. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's old Tuscan style. A lot of people have told us when they go to Italy, it very much looks authentic to what it is out in Italy. Yeah. So this drink that I'm making right now is our Citrus Grove Sparkler. It's got about 6 leaves of fresh mint. I've squeezed half an orange and half a lime juice in it. And then we're going to add a little bit of beef eaters to it. And like I said, you can put as little or as much as you want.
That's liquid beef.
It is. A little bit of London love is what I like to call it. All right, and then we're going to add some honey water to it. This is something else that we do in our store. Unlike getting simple syrup or added sweeteners, we like to make our own in the store so it is fresh. And with honey, you get a little bit more of a flavor to it, a little bit more of the cloves. So it adds all these different dimensions to a drink that you normally wouldn't get if you're going to just a typical bar.
So you guys can feel good about drinking around the holidays at Bravo.
Yes,
you feel good about it. It's
good.
Healthy. It's healthy.
So we're going to shake this up, and then we're going to drain it over on top of the ice. And it is going to be...
So is this what it comes in, or is it usually martini?
It is usually like this. It'll come in this glass, so you get a little bit bang for your buck. And as you can see, the leaves in there, you don't want to muddle them like some places will normally do because you'll bruise the leaves. You just need to lightly shake in it. And then we're going to add a little bit of Prosecco, which is an Italian sparkling wine, on the top of it. And then we'll just top it off with a nice little mint leaf for you to look at.
A little garnish that you can eat as well.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
you smell like mint.
yes, it's going to go a long ways for you. So that's the most complicated drink that we probably have in our restaurant.
Okay.
But it is delicious. You can't pass it up.